What I do? I am a Taekwondo instructor for the outreach program here in the city I live in. I see one group of students once a week, 45 minutes each class time. Bond and connection. A bond should be made, or at least a connection, between teacher and student. If there is no bond, no connection between the two, the flow of information is one way. To be a better student, to be a better teacher, the communication should be two ways. Communication should flow from the teacher to the student and from the student to the teacher. Why? Response. There needs to be a response between the two. When I teach about impact recognition. How do I know I'm punching correctly if all I punch is the air? If all I punch is the air, how do I know I'm punching correctly? I need to have a physical target to hit. So for example, if I've been punching like this, my wrist is going to get injured. My wrist is going to get injured. If I learned right away by impact recognition, maybe the first time I hit like this, like, oh, my wrist. So impact recognition tells me, okay, sooner or later, I'm going to figure out if I keep everything straight line to the knuckle, that I can punch hard and not worry about it. I can punch at full power and not worry about it, especially if my knuckles have been properly conditioned. So that's the communication to me, to my brain, that I'm doing my technique correctly. Teacher student, I'm still congested by the way, sorry about that. Teacher student, information has to pass both ways. If I see that my standard teaching method is not working with that student, maybe that student will work slower in their brain to grasp a technique, then I have to switch to a different method, and hopefully that will work. I've done this many times. I use my standard method for teaching a technique. When I see that it's not getting through to the student's brain, then I switch. I either add or switch methods. And I have a very good success rate when I do that. Because I can see that that student is not getting it correctly. Now, if I already have this strong connection with the student can tell me, I'm confused. It doesn't work that way. I don't think I can do that. Then I can process much more faster about how to solve the problem of student not getting it. Many times I've done that, and I've been, like I said, I have a very good success rate on that. How do you create a bond? Assistants, I hope you're watching this. Here's the easy way to create a bond. Create a connection. Learn their name. Let me explain. My outreach program here, I can see about 20 to 30 students per class. 20 to 30. So let's break it up. I get 3 hours to run my class, my location, each day that I work. 3 hours. So the classes are 4 45-minute classes. There's 4 of them. And I only get 45 minutes, like I said at my intro all the time. I only get 45 minutes. That's 4 classes a night. 4 classes. In each class, I can see about 20 to 35 students. It fluctuates. The most I've ever had was 50. Those were the days. So let's take the number 20. 20 times 4, 80 students. So in one night, I can have 80 students. I work 4 nights a week, 4 days a week. So 80 times 4, that's 320 students a week. That's a lot of names for me to remember. But it is important for me to do so. It is very important for me to do so. My assistants, I hope you're watching this. Please try your best to learn names. Let's make the connection between you, the teacher, and the student more personable. And from there, once this connection, this two-way traffic of communication has been made, information passes quickly, more quickly. They pass faster. You can solve problems faster because over time, you and the student will know what each other one thinks. You and the student will know how each other thinks. For instance, I do a lot of talk about the knee has to come up to do your kick properly, whether it's front snap or round kick. It's come to the point now when I'm looking at a orange belt and they're kicking the bag wrong. They're doing more like this. A lazy kick. It's come to the point now where I can just look and then point at their knee. And then it clicks. Uh-oh, Mr. Morrow wants me to lift up my knee higher. So guess what they do? Whoop. They lift up their knee and the communication is done. Example number 2, when I have my end of the class announcements, if I get the students that like to spin around on their butt, I don't understand it. Maybe it's just because I'm not a kid anymore. They spin around on their butt when they should be sitting crisscross applesauce. It never fails. I stop talking and I start looking. From there, the student will look around like, how come I don't hear Mr. Salvador Morrow's voice? He sees me looking at him or her, and then right away, straight into it, crisscross applesauce. It's great. It works fine. So my assistants watching this video, learn names. Create a connection between you and the other students. Do it. Just like if you're my assistant, I already have a connection with you, a bond. So think about that. Think about that well. Alright? So, that's all I got for you. See you next time.